Alright, what's going on, guys? King Scars here, and today we're going to be doing a Q&A session for King. I did something like this similar on my personal channel a little while back, but we're going to be doing it through the King channel, so there was quite a few questions that were asked to me. I picked out the 10 best ones that I thought were the most relevant and, of course, the most appropriate, because there was a lot of inappropriate questions out there, so... we're going to hop right into it. So we're going to get to the first question, and that comes from at King Ratchet, well, at Vocals, or however you pronounce that. It's King Ratchet, and he asks, if King were to make an apparel store, what would be on the shirt/stuff? And actually, I chose this question after we made an apparel store, which we actually do have, which is really awesome. I highly suggest you guys check it out. It'll be in the description below. We got an apparel store actually recently. We got it yesterday as this video is going out, if I do upload it the next day or whenever. But as of, what is it, May 1st, we got an apparel store. We got into contact with Fat Mike, who is actually a VP of an apparel company. And what was the apparel company called again? Let me check on here. Threadix Apparel, that's what it was called. Threadix Apparel, we got into contact with him. He's the vice president of that company, so he got us hooked up. We got some really sick King apparel in there. We have a couple of t-shirts, some hoodies, a sticker, a snapback hat, and just some really cool stuff that I highly suggest you guys check out. Use the code KING10 also. We have a 10% discount on it, so definitely saves you some money. And I'm really happy that we have an apparel store. You know, when I got in as co-leader, I think I tweeted out a long time ago, I said, retweet if you would like to see an apparel for King in the future. And, you know, I would never think that we would actually get apparel. And recently I got into contact with Fat Mike. Me and him were discussing some apparel designs, and he guys me some designs for it. And we just kind of worked some stuff together, changed a few things, getting it positioned in different places, and... here we are now. We have an apparel store, so definitely check it out. Like I said before, use the code KING10, and that will give you a 10% discount on all the apparel we have on there. So we do have an apparel store, and I'm really happy about it. Next question. At Legend TJ asks, how many players do you plan on picking up for future RCs, and do you plan on running King in any different for rest of Phase 5 RC? First part of your question that I can answer is that the RCs what we've seen previously for RCs that we've had is we've recruited 5 people. You know, it kind of organizes it out. I know that some people might be thinking we're copying off of Phase 5 stuff like that, but five is a pretty good number to recruit, because that way we're not recruiting a lot of people and we're not recruiting, you know, too little people. It's just kind of that nice little middle balance there. Obviously, the 5 people that we choose are very good players. When we have these big RCs going on, there really is a lot of competition, interactions for me, Nap, and Squirtle, all the leaders, Magoo. It's going off all day with pictures that are being sent in to us of people's best games. And we definitely look through those. If you are planning on going for King, our expectations are 20 plus kills. Consistently. Obviously, you know, people can't get 20 plus every game. You know, that's unhuman, I guess, but that's what we're looking at for best games. You know, 20 plus kills really makes a good impression on us, and that's probably the fastest way to getting into King. There is smaller clans out there. I know Last is probably second to us right now. They're the next biggest one. I know Legend ended recently, but Last is definitely a really good place to start, and that's actually where we recruit a lot of people from, because of the fact that they already are good clear outers when they enter Last, and when we get them in the King, they get that much better. So, and do I plan on running King in any different way for the rest of the Phase 5 RC? No. And in fact, we've only recruited one more person today, and that was our dude Geo, Legend Geo, who got into King today. Or actually yesterday, as this video has been uploaded, like I mentioned before, but he was actually the last person that we've recruited for player-wise anyways, for the rest of the Phase 5 RC. We do have intentions on doing another RC after the Phase 5 ends, so that way we can keep everything fresh. We don't have all the attention being focused on Phase 5 and more directed towards King, and that way we can get more people in the clan. So that's kind of how I see it in my view for that. But yeah, so that answers that question. Next question. At Sexualize or King Clears asks, in your opinion, what should the team work on? Teamwork, communication, etc. If he's directing that towards King, everything in King is going really smoothly right now. I haven't encountered hardly any issues. Probably personal issues. I'm sure there's been a few instances on that, but everything in King is going really well right now. Like I said before, we picked up a couple players recently, and I'm really excited for the future of King. We just keep growing, and our reputation keeps growing even larger. So I'm really excited about that. Next question. At King Brendan asks, will King get any sponsors in the future? That's actually a really good question. We have been talking with sponsors. Well, Nappin specifically has been talking with a few sponsors out there. There's a few that are interested. I'm not sure on the specifics on it right now. We can't assume any sponsors or any potential sponsors, but point is we have been talking with people, and we can expect a sponsorship hopefully in the near future. So that'd be really incredible if we did. Next question. At King Juicy asks, will there ever be a competitive team for King? That's a really good question too. Actually, me and Nappin have discussed possibly a competitive team here in the near future. It's something that we're taking a look at right now. We're looking for consistency within our team. Personalities, consistency, call out, stuff like that. I play directly with a lot of the King members almost every day, and it gives me a good idea of who I would think that would be, who I would think a potential good competitive player would be for King. There's a few exceptional people in King that I think would be amazing to help in a comp team, and obviously that's composed of 4 people. I can name a few right off the bat if I wanted to for comp teams, but like I said before, we're looking at consistency, and we're looking at personalities also, seeing how that all ties in together to make a better competitive team. But for sure, me and Nappin have discussed a competitive team before, and it might happen in the near future, hopefully. Next question. At King_Looper asks, is there any chance in the future we have a King Trickshotting team? No, because King has always been a clear outing team. I know some people would think that would be cool to have kind of 2 different divisions within the team, but the fact of the matter is that King has been, its reputation has been well known through clear outing, and that's something that we're trying to popularize and make it extremely well known, so that way, hopefully, we stay original and hopefully make that into a really large thing, similar to how FaZe Clan made Trickshotting, something really huge, and hopefully clear outing could be something, even bigger in the future, just in general. I'm not sure I'm not sure if there's any possibility that we'll ever have a Trickshotting team, but we don't have any current intentions on anything like that, and for now we're just a clear outing team. Next question. At King Brandon asks, how is #FaZe5 affecting King? That's a good question. That's how FaZe5 is affecting us is it's actually really helping us out, because we're at a point in time where basically King is really busy with well-known people that are trying to get into FaZe, such as Obey, Dare, what else was there? I'm trying to think of another really good clan out there. SB, L7, stuff like that. There's a lot of clans, there's a lot of individual members trying to get into FaZe from that, and having King helping them out with that really helps build onto our reputation, because say if someone from Obey had us clear out for them, had our members clear out for them, and they make it into FaZe, and they've had all the help from King members for clearing out for them, they can give us a shout out and potentially help grow our reputation. So we really do stress how important it is that King members are as active as possible during this FaZe5 recruitment challenge, because it really is helping out the people who are going for it tremendously. And hopefully, if they have a positive mentality on it, they can help give us shout outs and help the clan grow even larger. So that's basically how it's being affected and what we're doing with FaZe5. Next question. At King_Sai asks, will King be attending certain MLG events in the future? I would really like to see King members, attending MLG events in the future. If we get really large and we start earning revenue for certain sponsorships, or apparel, or just, start getting in a lot of money to the point where we could start paying members for what they do and growing even larger. I would absolutely love to see people paying to go to MLG events and hanging out with King members. That would be something that would be amazing to see. Obviously that can't happen at the moment. I mean, unless people live near each other and they went to MLG events, but that would be something that I would love to do, is definitely hang out with King members in the future if I'm still with the clan as a leader. So yeah, that's what we would do for that. Next question. At XP, what is it? XPQTZY? I'm just gonna call you Mr. Soapy, man. Do you guys recruit PS3 players? No, we have not recruited any PS3 players. There's a couple good reasons for that. It's not like it hasn't been discussed before. I remember when I came in as co-leader, Squirtle and Nappin were actually talking about recruiting PS3 players at the time. But, kind of my thought process on that is that if we recruit PS3 players, how many realistically are we going to get in? How are we going to communicate with them the majority of the time? Because literally the only way we're going to communicate with PS3 players is through team chat. And how active are they going to be through team chat if we can't, contact them through console chat, which is like the most common, basically the most common way we talk with people, especially on Xbox. That's where I talk to the majority of people, and it's the easiest way to do it in my opinion. But yeah, we don't have any current intentions on recruiting PS3 players, but unfortunately. Next question. At Ramify, or Faith Rami, asks, do you think King would get this far? And this is the last question, by the way. Absolutely not. No. Where King is now to when I first got in as co-leader, it's actually grown a lot. Obviously I wasn't around as a founder like Squirtle and Nappin were. They have the real experience of they really take in how big King really has gotten since the beginning. Nappin has actually admitted to me though, whenever I came in as co-leader, whenever I got in as co-leader, King was a giant mess. And it really was. When I got in, everything was kind of thrown at me at once because I didn't know what was going on. I was interested in King and, being, liking leadership positions. I've wanted to be in a bigger clan. But when I got into King initially at first, it was all thrown at me. I didn't know what was going on. Members were all over the place. Roster was messed up. The team chat was all mismatched. It was just kind of a giant mess. But over the month that I've been in King, it's just we've gotten everything organized. And I mean, we're even at the point now where, like I mentioned before, we just got an apparel line in. So, I mean, going from that in 1 month, it's crazy. King has grown tremendously. We've hit 2K recently too. Over the month that I've been in here, we've gotten over a few hundred followers. So we're over 2K now on Twitter. So that's something that I'm really happy about. When I got in as co-leader, I really didn't think I was going to be in the team long. I didn't think, I thought everything was going to fall apart. But as I was in it for a while and then getting promoted to leader, I really got everything organized with the help, of course, with Nappin. And we've just gotten this clan a lot larger since then, and I'm really happy with the results of it. So I really am extremely happy to be in King. Being a leader for this team is incredible. I get the experience to talk with all the fans, members all the time. Just helping with the business side of this clan has just been incredible. So I definitely want to thank Nappin and Squirtle for that, for definitely giving me the chance for it, for sure. And the fact that King's gotten this big is just incredible. But I would not expect King to get as big as it is now, especially since I kind of knew some of the members since the very beginning. It's crazy. But yeah, that's going to do it for this Q&A, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Anyways, make sure you give it a like if you did. Let's try to break 30 likes on this video. Make sure you check out our social media stuff in the description below. Make sure you definitely check out our apparel line because it's really sick. If you're a fan of King, you definitely need to check it out, and it's definitely worth it. It takes up, I think it was 5 business days that it delivers in. So really awesome. Like I said before, hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new to our channel. Other than that, though, we'll see you later.